These are the fastest ways in order to fail in your business. So if let's say you're starting out or you're in the middle of your business and struggling, this is a video that you need to check it out. Hey guys, this is June because I was born in June, and welcome to my amazing life today. So if let's say you want to get more mini masterclass from us, feel free to join our Facebook group at www.amazingstory.co. And these are the 4 ever easiest way in order to fail in your business, and you should definitely avoid. And the mistakes number 1, solving a problem that is not even worth solving. Alright, I want to talk about this is because I realize a lot of entrepreneurs, if let's say you're a first timer, alright, especially for startups company, usually they are very excited about them building up a business. They are very excited about the solutions they are going to provide on a specific problem. Because they themselves, they face a problem, that's where they felt like, you know what, I should build this solution for myself. However, they didn't realize maybe the said solution they have in their mind is not worth solving because there is not much of demand in it. So that's the reason why which brings me to tip number 2, where whenever you're starting out a new business, right? Market research is so important. If let's say you went into a specific industry and you realize, oh my god, in this industry there is no competitor at all. You couldn't find anyone else doing that. So that is not a good news. That can be a bad news because the world is so huge. The reasons that nobody is doing the thing that you're doing could probably because that it is not worth solving and because there is no money in, right? So that's the reasons that if let's say you ever want to solve a problem and launch a new product, and before even you create the product, it is very important for you to do market research. And of course, there are a few ways in doing market research. Firstly, you can always buy your competitor's product. If let's say you can find a competitor, and if let's say you couldn't find a competitor, you should actually probably evaluate whether this problem is worth solving. And thirdly is definitely talking to the target audience, right? You talked to the target audience to ask them, rate, is this is a problem that is worth solving? How much would they pay to join this program? How much would they pay for this kind of software? Like, would they ever pay for this software, or maybe they are expecting it to be free, right? And the third thing is there is no budget planning. Okay, let's be realistic, right? When you are starting out as a business owner, usually you will be you might have already allocated a budget for you to say something like, okay, I allocate a budget of 10K for starting this new business. So if let's say that I fail, you have to go back to your 9 to 5. Or if let's say you kind of like burst your budget, you have to do something else, right? Okay, so that's why there is no absolute answer to right or wrong regarding to the budget they have, because the first ever online e-commerce that I started with my first $100, and then for my first $100, I kind of like roll it with my profit and then reinvest back my profit and then roll it, like, right? So that's why there is no right or wrong. The budget can be, you can starting out small as $100, right? Or you can, if let's say you have really a big budget, you can start up with $10,000 or even more, $100,000. But the problem is, if let's say you do not know how to manage your budget, or you actually put your budget on the wrong place, that is very easy to fail a business. But then now you have a new question. So June, how do I make sure that I spend my budget correctly? Alright, let's go back to the earlier topic. You should actually know who is your target audience, and then you've been actually engaging with them to see whether the problem worth solving. Let's assume that your problem is indeed worth solving. Alright, why not, with that budget that you have, you should actually spend about 20 to 30% in doing marketing. Right? And then if let's say you're starting out, you want to do everything on your own, you can do everything on your own first, but then do reserve some budget, especially for hiring and for outsourcing, because eventually you can't do everything yourself. You need to outsource anyhow. So definitely I will actually reserve about 10 to 20% on outsourcing to the tasks that you do not know. And then I will also reserve about 20% for my education fund. Means that I do not know everything on my own, so I kind of like need to invest in myself to learn the knowledge, right? So that's where I will actually allocate it. And the last about 10 to 15%, I will actually allocate to see is there any emergency. But of course, when I give you guys a budget of planning, it differs according to people depending on the stage they are in. But definitely you want to make sure before you even created a product, you kind of already done a lot of market research, and then you can do something like usually what I see in others doing. You can pre-sell your course, pre-sell a service to those early adopters who are willing to believe in your mission, who actually take on your research, because you can then build the product or build the course together with them while ensuring that you have cash inflow and at the same time building your product. Isn't it awesome? So definitely, these are definitely few ways, and in order to make sure that you can succeed in your business, otherwise you stand a very high chance in failing in your business. And the last one is definitely setting KPIs for yourself. Okay, you know what? When we are starting a new business for ourselves, we are kind of like, we are the executor. All right, maybe you outsource, but you need to be the executor. You need to be the brain of the company, and eventually you need to be the brain of the company, and all those execution work are being outsourced. But the problem is when you are the main brains in your company, it is very easy for us to indulge in a situation that not setting key performance indicator on ourselves, on our performance, right? So definitely you want to look out for that, because if let's say you're working 9 to 5, you have a supervisor that will hold you accountable. But when you are working on your own business, you need to be accountable for yourself, and it takes a lot of discipline and habit to do that. Alright, so that's all with the sharing for today. And if let's say you've been enjoying this episode, feel free to actually join our YouTube channel, that is 𝙗𝙗𝙗𝙗𝙗𝙗𝙗. And also we have one free 30-day live video ideas for you. You can get it at link.junlo.co/free30 for those who are starting out to do your Facebook live video. And if let's say you have no topic to talk about, we provide the free 30-day live video idea just for you. And I look forward to see you guys tomorrow then. Take care. Bye.